It's very peaceful, Priscilla. The bird keeps landing near me. Figures, as soon as I got here, it was nice and bright. I go to set up and the sun sets over the mountain right there. Gonna have to go to another spot another night and film from down the road. I think I'll get, I don't know how I can get in there. I have an idea. I think you'll be able to get a better sunset, but this is the lake, or the the lake, not too far from my house. Very peaceful. People, I was here earlier, people were fishing. At least you can look at the water, listen to the birds. I love sitting and just hearing nature. Thanks for sharing it with us. You're welcome, Priscilla. I love it too. Sometimes you just need that relaxation. It's almost like meditation. I'll show you around a little bit. Gotta unplug my device here. Ooh. This used to be pretty wide. It used to go out and around, be a bigger little island here, but got a lot of water. Bugs in the water. I was hoping to catch a nice sunset tonight. There was somebody out in a boat earlier out there. If you go all the way down here and go to the right and go down, that's a beach and a camping area. We just bought an old farmhouse. We are fixing it up. And it has 25-acre pond. I'm looking so forward to moving. Oh, that sounds so nice, Priscilla. So peaceful. That's the kind of peace we all need. Plug my battery back in. Okay. I would love to have an old farmhouse. Wouldn't mind a cabin either. I'm a little iffy on ponds, especially with the young grandkids, you know. Always have fear of something happening to them. But many moons ago, my father, when he split from my mom, he rented a really large house, and it had this pond. And my brother had a boat, so he would go, you know, fishing in this little pond. The only problem with the pond is there was too many snakes there. So after me seeing a quite large snake, I didn't want to go anywhere near the pond anymore, you know. And there was one coiled up under his boat and kind of did it in for me. But still, it's nice. 100% Priscilla, and I'm realizing it more and more. I do these camping trips. I would have filmed more. My intent was to go and film, but I decided to go experience this convoy that started back in February this year. And they finally arrived in Hagerstown, Maryland in March. So I was able to follow up somebody who's now a friend of mine. And I stayed 3 days, and it was grueling cold, especially the nights. It got down to 18. But I had all my camping gear. I had heaters and everything. And it was a lot of fun. It was different. Just a bunch of freedom fighters. Just people who were against the government, against the mandates, and a lot of things I can't say, you know, on YouTube. But it was nice to see a lot of people from all over the United States come together. And then I leave, and I'm like, wow, I gotta come back. I had such a good time. And these are some amazing people. And, oh, look at this. Somebody's coming here. Wow. And, shortly after, they all decided to convoy to California to fight those bills. They had 10 nasty bills. And then, so they were gone for a couple weeks, and then they made it back to Hagerstown, and they were only there like 4 days before all hell broke loose, and the People's Convoy broke up. But I went over to another group, and hung out there, camped there for 4 days. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey,
hi. I'm doing good. How about you?
Okay. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. Nice gentleman. And so we camped out for 4 days, and I convoyed into Washington, D.C. with a lot of them the first time, and did some rallies, and we had politicians and doctors come and talk, and it was pretty cool. I had a good time, got to know some people. Then I decided to go back, and I went back, and I was just there again. What is today? So today's Sunday. So I got back last Friday. I spent another 4 days there. I was trying to go every 2 weeks. And, you know, when work gave me off 4 days in a row, 3 or 4 days I would have to, because it's 3.5 hour drive. But, again, you know, it was fun. We unfortunately really didn't do anything. We had a storm the one day again, and there wasn't really much going on. But one of the ladies, I helped make her flowers, because she's a real trooper, I'll tell you that, Miss Mona. And so I helped her with that stuff. But it was fun. Came home, back to work, you know. But I love my camping. I love nature. And I just realized, well, with that camp breaking up, they rented the spot for 2 months. That was the American Freedom Convoy. That's still going on. They're all still traveling back from Buffalo, New York, which was fantastic. I shared some videos on Facebook and pictures. But they all drove to Buffalo, New York, spent a weekend up there, and they walked yesterday onto the Freedom Bridge where Canada meets New York. And they met with a whole bunch of Canadians that were waiting for us. So I couldn't go because I had to work and I couldn't get off of work. I'm trying to save up as much PTO as I have, because I have to go out for surgery on my foot next month. And I'm not going to be getting my pay, you know. Part-timers get a lot less than full-timers. But that was just so emotional. As soon as they got up to him and touched, I just started bawling. But it was great to watch it live, you know, because Canada is fighting just as hard as the United States. Fortunately, a lot of people just don't know what's going on. They don't know these convoys exist, or they bash them, and got a bad rap with TPC, we'll call it. Because they kind of did a lot of people wrong. But the other ones are still going. And I'm still supporting. So July 3rd, I'm supposed to be jumping in line, hopefully with a friend of mine and maybe other people. And we're going to convoy down to Philly, where there's going to be another rally. So we'll see what happens. That's my plan. So then I'll be able to see all of them again. But just to sit here and watch nature and listen to the birds, it's nice, you know. We take a lot for granted, and this is free. It doesn't cost a thing to come here and just look at nature. This guy, it's 7:30 at night, whatever. And he just showed up to go fishing. I mean, how great is that? It doesn't cost a thing. $5 in gas here. I mean, it's like a lot of people are really struggling. They worry, oh my God, can I afford to put the gas in my car just to get back and forth to work? I don't know, but this is just great. I love camping, but my camping these days is in a camper. Hey, don't knock it. Campers are great. I camp with people in tents, vehicles. I've met several nomads. They're fantastic. Small campers, pop-up campers. Large campers, those huge RVs, and truckers. So I've camped with a lot of people. Yeah, I do too. I mean, I'm not unfamiliar with surgeries, as you know. I've had 8 of them already, so this will be my 9th. And my thing is, I've never had surgery on my feet, and I've never been told that I can't walk after surgery. So, I mean, the most I wasn't able to drive for, I could only handle about 5 days after one surgery. I got in a car, and that was a little difficult. My lumbar spine, I had that big cast type thing on for 3 months. I think after probably 2 weeks maybe, I couldn't take it and I got in a car. Ew, yeah, I had to really adjust the seats, but I got out. So with this one, it's just a bunion, but I developed it only like 2 months ago. There's the bird again. I noticed, I took my shoes and socks off. My feet were hurting, both of them. And when I took my socks off, I saw the bone was sticking out. And I was like, oh, interesting. Well, this little birdie. I don't know if you could see him, but he just likes to... Oh, there he goes. But, I noticed the bone out. And I'm like, oh, no, don't tell me. My mom's got bunions, but hers are severe. You can see her toes going in the opposite direction, you know? It's terrible. Here he goes again. I think the bird likes me. So, anyway, made an appointment with the foot doctor again, and I saw him and he took x-rays, and he said I had bunions on both my feet, but the right was worse than the left. So I was like, okay, what now? He's like, well, what we're going to do is we're going to have you come back, and we're going to cast your feet, and we're going to make orthopedic inserts. And I'm like, oh, wow, cool. So they called me up, and they said, okay, all's good, insurance approved it. And I'm like, awesome. And I went in, and he put these casts on my feet and waited 10 minutes, and they peeled them right off. I was like, oh, that was so cool. And they called me a couple days ago because they said it'll take 3 weeks. They called me and said, it's ready, but you have to make an appointment to come in, and doctor has to fit them in your shoes. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll be doing that Friday afternoon before I go to work. I bought a pair of shoes, a cheaper one, because I just bought like 6 new pairs of shoes, 1 pair of sneakers, and they were too tight. They were killing my feet. That's how bad the bone got. And underneath the foot there, you know, the padding. And so I said, well, I'm not going to invest in another expensive pair of shoes that are going to be too big when my foot heals for after surgery. So I just looked around work, and I found a pair that seemed to be comfortable, $20. And that way I can just get rid of them after, you know. Or if those inserts are really good and he can't adjust them into the other shoes, then, you know, I can just keep those, whatever. But so yeah, I'll go there Friday and have him insert the shoes into the cheaper pair that I bought. I got one size up and made sure that they were wide, and they've been working. Even without the inserts, they've been working. Nothing's rubbing the bone or anything. But, you know, when you spend 9 hours at work on your feet, it starts hurting after a few hours. But not as bad as the other shoes. So, but with the surgery, the first 3 weeks, he said, are crucial because there's going to be a pin in the foot. And the pin, oops, just dropped my ring. The pin will be sticking out. I think he said 1 inch, but it'll be casted and whatnot. And he'll put a special boot on the foot, so that way I don't try to kick anything, kick the pin. But his biggest concern was making sure I get no infection. I don't walk on it. This bird is right here. Oh, the guy just coughed. Scared the bird away. Anyway, so I don't kick the pin and bend the pin. I don't walk on it. So 3 weeks it'll be rough, but it's 6 to 8 weeks recovery is what he's expected. So should be going back to work about, you figure 2 months. We'll see. We'll see how good it goes. And then this way, with the inserts, he's hoping to save the left foot so I don't have to go in and have the left foot done. So we'll see how it goes. But it's with these bunions, they don't fix themselves, kind of deal. And the longer you wait, the worse they get. And I knew that just by looking at my mother's foot. She's 77 years old, and for 20, 30 years she's had a hernia she's never taken care of, so she's always got stomach pain. She has to wear loose clothes. When she eats, her stomach is sore. And then she never got her foot done. Never got a mold taken off her back, though I finally convinced her to see my dermatologist, which she did. And they said, don't even bother removing the mole on her back. It's right at her bra line, so that's annoying. But I saw it, she showed me, and I'm like, Mom, get that taken care of. It's just a cut and a couple stitches. But my doctor said, no point. I'm like, ugh, if I was there, I'd been like, excuse me, no point. This actually bothers my mother. It hits her bra line and whatnot, so, just a snip, why not? But she just doesn't like surgeries. She had one nostril done for sinus surgery and never had the other one done. Oh my God. She's stubborn. But I'm not like that. If I know I have to have a surgery, I get it done. Man, I was hoping for a beautiful, beautiful sunset. I really was. I was hoping of nice, pretty colors and... But that's okay. You still got some light. I would love to go camping like every 2 weeks. I'm chicken blank to do it myself. Otherwise, I would go down the road, spend $20, camp out a night. The tent's not that hard. Set it up, set all my stuff up. It probably took me a half an hour to completely set my tent. But when I was going camping in Maryland, the guys come over and help me set the tent up. But I know I can figure it out. So, and then takedown is faster than setting up. Oh wow, I broke my ankle a couple years ago while I was on vacation. I had that surgery. Ugh. I have snapped my right ankle many moons ago. 1997. I didn't break it, but I tore everything in it. And let me tell you, Priscilla, the hospital said I would have been better off breaking it than what I did. I had a black streak from underneath my toes running straight across the bottom of the foot, up the heel, all the way back to behind my kneecap. My foot swelled 2 sizes. So if you put both your feet together, that was the size of 1 foot. It was Super Bowl Sunday at my father's house. He had this pothole in his driveway, and I stepped in it, flipped over on his car. He come out. I'm like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And I knew I did something wrong, but I was like, help me to... My dad had a movie theater, so we would sit in there and, watch the games and stuff. So he helped me back up, into that garage, because it was a 2-car garage with a movie theater and an office in the other side. So he carried me, helped me back into there, and it throbbed like hell all night. And then the following day I went to work. And, ooh, that was so painful. And I had boots on, like guys' Timberland boots. And I came home from work. And I couldn't get the boot off. I could not get the boot off. My stepdad peeled the boot off my foot. And it was so swollen. And we had a snowstorm. And he got me in his truck and drove me to the hospital. Yeah, not a huge... Minor surgeries are all right. Major surgeries, oof. My spine was the worst. So how long did it take your ankle to heal? So you broke it. And you had the surgery. So how long... Well, mine is the same day surgery. So was yours like same day, or did you have to stay in the hospital? And like, what did they do to your ankle? Yeah, camping is extremely relaxing. I would just, if I camp by myself, I would make sure I have all my equipment. Of course, I probably would record, which I should have done while I was there. I did one recording, which I posted on YouTube. That was me making the flowers for Miss Mona. But I was going to live stream the event. But honestly, there really wasn't a lot going on at camp. And they had other live streamers. And sometimes you just don't want to stream. But I would probably bring a book and just read and look at nature and walk around. And something just jumped out of water. I don't know if the camera caught it. Oh, yeah. How long did it take for your ankle to heal, Priscilla? You know, with all this driving back and forth to Maryland, and the fact that I got a good car now, God, you know what really burns my bridges so stinking bad is the fact that all the heck I went through with my awesome Taurus, hitting the deers, all the money I invested in that car to fix it up, and now she's just, it's done, it's over with. She's still sitting in my driveway. I go and I buy my new vehicle, and now I can't afford to drive all over the place, in which I wanted to do. I said I was going to buy myself a new truck or an SUV. The trucks were just outrageous. And then as I'm looking at all the SUVs, I'm like, you know what? I think I want this more than I want the truck, because I can actually, God forbid if something ever happened, I can live in the back of my SUV. No lie. If I had a truck, it doesn't have, unless I buy a cap, but I mean, used ones were starting at $36,000, I was like, I really don't want to invest in that. And like I said, all the SUVs I looked at, I was like, wow, I think I prefer this. Good gas mileage. Man, I can go all over the place. I can sleep in my SUV if I want to take trips. And look, my trips are 3.5 hours each way. Like, I wanted to go see different states. Sure, the dog rescue with Susan, we drove to Texas and back. We stayed at a couple different states. But we didn't visit We didn't really, sightsee. It just wasn't a trip. It was like, okay, we have 5 days. Jumping in the vehicle, leaving at 7 in the morning. We're heading up to, Texas. Okay. I think we drove 16 hours or 12, 16 hours. Then we stayed at a hotel, went to sleep, got back up, left, drove to another state. It's like there wasn't much. We stopped in Colorado, I believe. Met up with a bunch of people. Went to a restaurant. That was nice. And then the following day, we went to Amarillo. Got all the puppies. And I can't remember where else we stayed. I think we might have slept in Tennessee. And I think the last hotel we slept at was in Virginia. And then we just drove it back home. But I want to actually drive places and stay. I want to see what's out there in the world before it goes away. I didn't know I broke it. Just thought I sprang it. So I didn't go to the doctor for a week after. It took 3 months before I could walk on it to surgery. Oh, wow, Lord. See, that's the thing. When you break a bone, the first thing you want to look for is bruising. So when you sprain an ankle, which I've sprained my ankle many times, and I've never broken my ankles. I'm so surprised. But still, that was 1997 when I did mine. My right ankle still goes out every once in a while. It's improved. It definitely has improved. I would say it's definitely improved over the last couple of years since I started working at my job. I think I must have built strength, in the ankle. But I would just snap the ankle because it was still weak. But man, just to know that you walked on your foot. Oh, I hope that just recorded that fish jumping out the water. Ha! I've been waiting for that. Let me see if I can. The water is so still. So still. But I zoomed in a little because a fish just jumped out of water. Let's see if it does it again. But yeah, to walk on it, oh my God. You could have done more damage doing that. Oh, the gas prices are insane. I filled up my truck and it was $135. So crazy. I'm so glad I have a small SUV I drive to. Yeah. So in 1 week I spent $175 on gas, and that was to go to work 2 times or 3 times. What was it? 2 or 3 times? I think it was 3 times. I think I drove it to work 3 times and then went to Maryland and back, and I spent $175 in gas. My tank's a decent size, I believe, 20-gallon tank. I don't know if that's average size. The car was 16 gallons, but for some reason had a 2-gallon reserve, which is weird because you could fill it, and then I can continue pumping and get in like 2 more gallons before it's completely full. So anyway, that was like a 16-gallon. This one here is like a 20-gallon tank. But if I fill it halfway, yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. I haven't run that tank. I haven't run it empty to figure out. I will not let it go below the lowest since I've owned it. I've let it get down to a quarter of a tank, but normally I fill it up every half a tank, and that's over $50 for half a tank. So, and with me only working 2-3 days, it depends. This week I worked 4 days this week. So that's going to cost me, let's see, 20 times 5. That's $100 for a tank. So yeah, now it's costing $100 for a tank of gas. When a couple years ago it was costing me $20-something for a full tank of gas. So if you figure if I were to work my old schedule, then I'd be looking at $100 a week. That's half my paycheck in just gas alone. And my company gave us 3 raises so far since this event started in 2020. But they also take out extra taxes. So, I mean, I found out that I get taxed for just using my employee discount card. I seen it on my pay stubs, couldn't figure out what the heck it was. So I let it go for a couple months. And then finally I asked a couple people, I'm like, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me what this is? And they said, yeah, that's when you use your discount. Say you spend $100, you get 10% off, that's $10. Out of your paycheck, they tax that $10 discount, and it shows up on your pay stub as a separate tax. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So they're legitly not exactly giving us a 10%. I said, then it's probably like I buy the stuff for $100. I pay the taxes on, say, the $90, and then they take out the taxes for the 10%. It's like, maybe I shouldn't even use the damn discount. So I've been kind of avoiding using the discount. Alright, I don't think that fish is gonna jump up. I like the other view better. This is better. If I catch it on, if somebody saw the fish jump out the water, or I see it back in back play, I'll see if I can zoom in on it when I'm viewing it. I don't know what's in here, bass or what. My ankle was so swollen when I broke it, and I had a delay on my flight home, so I was in the airport for 8 hours trying to get home. By the time I got home, it was swollen all the way to my knee. Oh my God, girl. There's the bird. Sorry, birdie, I didn't bring you any bread. I should bring bread next time. Feed you. Right? He likes to hang out with me. Oh no, I'd be crying in pain. My ankle was so painful. I had a boot on my leg for a couple months. But I'll tell you what, they told me not to walk on it. Nope. I went to work every day, full-time job, 40-something hours a week on my foot with a boot. It didn't matter. I'll never forget it. My very first day back at that job, I worked there as a teenager. I went back to the oh, more people showed up. My very first day with a busted up ankle. I tore every tendon, ligament, and muscle in that ankle. It was red, black, and purple. And it was swollen 2 sizes, like I said. You take both your feet and put them together. That's how ballooned out my foot was. And when my stepdad pried my boot off my foot that night, I mean, you see all the markings from the boot. I mean, it was just like, it was like blowing up a balloon in the shoe, and you get all of the wrinkles and crevices, shoelace marks. Like, it looked like somebody shoelaced my skin. It was intense, and it was so discolored. And then I flipped it over, and I just saw that black streak, and it freaked me out. They were like, oh my God, we got to take you to the hospital. I don't know how they expect people to afford to go to work and just make it paying bills and buying food for their families. I know. I know.
That's a turtle.
You got turtles?
Yep.
Aw, missed the turtle.
Gator turtle.
Oh.
Not even one of the crappy snappers.
It's nice in here.
Yeah.
Never been here before.
No?
No.
Oh, no, it's...
He's just showing me. I said, I never been here before. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice and peaceful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to catch the sunset, and I get here and set up with the sun right there, but then it went down, and I'm like, where's the color? Where's the sunset? Completely mad. I'm talking to my friend on live, and I'm like trying to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that island down there used to be bigger. It used to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Big circle. You can walk farther, but all the water came up.
Oh.
I remember a couple of times I came here and you go like all the way out there. It was so low.
Yeah. But now it's like there's barely anything there.
I mean, like this whole thing, like you can walk like 200 foot in for the
Really?
shore.
Yeah, you can walk far.
It's very nice in here.
But it's nice, yeah.
I was telling her I saw a duck get eaten here before by a pike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh, I don't, that I don't want to see. I don't swim in this. I know nothing.
This is where that guy got his foot bit off by the pike. Yeah,
They have a
that's why
pike.
you're not allowed to swim in here anymore.
Really?
When I was young, yeah. When I used to live in a Gardner, and when
That's
Oh,
where I
yeah,
live.
You're right. You're living here before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the guy got his foot bit off by a pike in here.
Oh my God.
A big pike, like 5
Wow.
foot something long.
Oh, my
More
gosh.
like getting attacked by a shark.
Yeah. I know a few years back, well, let's say I've been here 9 years, so it had to have been, could have been 6, 7, yeah, I'm not sure. But a woman had passed away and they found her right here.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I don't think the guy was actually swimming. I think he just had his foot in the water. And
And it just came up and, oh!
I
Oh!
know.
I don't even want to fish over
you gotta remember, pike got teeth like,
Yeah, I know.
It's
saw a
very
picture.
sharp, yeah.
they're like shark teeth. They really are.
Oh, wow.
Me too.
Ugh.
Pike that big's got teeth like.
Wow.
Over an inch long. No. Well, yes and no. They're bony.
I hope somebody was here
Yeah,
with him.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right. I mean, he didn't get his foot back, but you know, he lived.
Wow. Unbelievable story. Oh.
So my uncle comes up here a lot with the boat.
Yeah, there
never
was
been up-
somebody boat when I was here earlier this afternoon, actually.
They told us for hybrid bass.
And a couple people asked me what was in here, and I was like, I'm not sure.
Pike, hybrid bass. I mean, if trout upstream, they get washed down, but the pike like to sit there and eat. That's why the pike usually in here.
Oh, so the
The
pikes
trout-
are over there.
The trout come down the river, and the pike come up and eat the trout.
Oh, wow. Yeah, somebody asked me if there was bass in here, and I
Yeah.
said I'm pretty sure there was, because I remember somebody caught a real big one over
Yeah,
here.
it's hybrid bass. They're striped bass hybrids.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sure there's probably some big trout in here. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, something really large jumped out of the water over there. Hopefully I caught it on camera.
It's probably a bass or a pike.
Yeah, the pikes can stay away.
Yeah.
I keep looking down here on all the edges to see, because I'm looking for snakes and whatnot. I don't need
Yeah.
anything coming up.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we
take-
went by the eastern, we went fishing for trout, and then suddenly the snake, water snake, just came and passed. I was like, oh shoot!
Yeah.
No, I hate
This is
snake.
a black
Yeah.
racer, though.
But
Yeah.
still,
Not a
you know.
copperhead or anything.
I don't like any of them.
Yeah,
I don't like
he
any
said,
of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's bad. It's like knocked the door one time, right? And I was like in the kitchen. I said, "Who's knocked the door?" He said, "Baby, there's a package for you." He said, and then he had garden snake. This is for you. I said,
Yeah,
"Oh."
I
I
know.
was like almost like, oh, I jumped
Yeah,
like
yep.
crazy. Oh my God.
I got a brook in my backyard, and every once in a while the snakes will come up into my
Oh,
backyard, and I'll be
yeah.
walking out there, be like,
Oh.
that's all it takes. I'm like,
I-
oh,
Yeah, we got
nope.
garter snakes all over our property.
Yeah, I'm like, you can stay back there, please.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple water snakes and milk snakes too. The problem is the milk snakes, they're rat snakes actually, but
Yeah.
they look like copperheads.
Oh,
Copperheads I'll kill. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I see them, they're dead. you know?
yeah. Oh, no.
Luckily, it's kind of wet by us, so there's no rattlesnakes by us.
Yeah.
One time I was like into planting like I have a garden myself, like roses. I plant it very nice.
Fish balls.
And then suddenly there's a nest of snake. I said, nope, I'm not touching
Nope.
it anymore. I just abandoned them. I don't
Yeah.
care about what I planted. That's it, I'm done.
Leave the flowers alone. Get out.
No,
You can have them. Bye.
Oh, God.
Wow.
All right, hopefully you have a good night.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, they're nice people. See, we get nice people to come around here. Did you hear that, guys? Some guy got his foot bitten off by a pike here. So that's why they don't allow swimming here anymore. I did not know that. I knew they didn't want people swimming in here. But I did not know. Oh my God, that's freaky. All right, so we got pike, bass, and trout. So I knew there was trout and I knew there was bass, but I did not know pikes were in here. Okay, so I don't know how they expect people to afford to go to work and just, yeah. All right, so that's what we were talking when these people came up. I don't know either, Priscilla. What they're telling a lot of people to do is stock up on whatever you feel, not hoard or go absolutely insane. But I do follow a lot of preppers, and I got a good little supply I've been collecting the last couple months, because I see, I mean, you know, I work for a huge grocery store. I keep an eye on what's running low, and they still seem to have really good inventory. It's, the shelves are not bare. It was bad in 2020, of course. But it's, you know, we still have the groceries. I understand other states, there's a lot of people who don't. People share their pictures and they're, you know, not getting it. You know, whether it was they're stuck on a shipping container or in trucks and the trucks can't get there, I get that. On and off, we had a few issues with trucks. Now, you know, our place, they have their own trucks and their own drivers. So, and, you know, they're billionaires, let's face it. Let me jack this up a little higher. So they can afford to put whatever gas in, but these private owned truckers and their trucks, they're having a hard time. And this is why we've talked to a lot of truckers. This is how the whole trucker convoy started, you know. One guy, he paid $1,500 to put, you know, diesel in his truck. I just, oh God, I can't imagine that. But if somebody, some company hires a trucker and they go, okay, sir, we're going to hire you and we're going to pay you $2,000 to ship our product to this store. And the trucker's like, okay. But then in turn, it costs him $1,500 for his gas, his diesel for his truck. So that means he's only getting, what, $500, and he's on the road for, say, a week. You know, that's not good. Previously, maybe they spend $500 to fill their tank, and they got, you know, a couple $1,000. The birdie's back. The one guy, one of the truckers at the convoy, he said that he got paid $6,000 to do a load, and it was basically a week on the road. So that's a good payment right there. And as you know, most of these truckers, they sleep in their cabs anyway, so they really don't have to, you know, spend money on hotels or anything like that. They pull off the side of the road in a rest area, and they sleep right in their trucks. And some of their trucks are just absolutely amazing. So, you know, if he got paid $6,000 and it's $1,500 for gas for the trip, well, that's actually one fill. I mean, even if it cost him $3,000, he made $3,000. Birdie, what you doing, little buddy? So, Yeah, I'm not not walking in the water. He did tell me where I have a bridge. Let me see if I can. There's the bridge right there. That area there, that's where the pikes are, he said. And the guy that got his foot bit off, he was right here. So, yeah. So it doesn't look like I'm going to get any colorful. I don't see much over there. I was trying to get some. Well, Amy over there, maybe you can get some. See, like, got some clouds down there. There was a turtle over here. As soon as they came up, a turtle was sitting there. Ooh. Oh, that was him. I thought something jumped up behind me. Oh. People like night fishing. Yeah, it's peaceful out here, that's for sure. I'll go in before it gets dark. Oh, we got something flying out over there. What is that? Let's see if I can zoom in on it. I'm not sure I can. Oh, there it is right there. See it in the sky? That's cool. I have no idea what the hell that is, but it is shooting straight down. That's awesome. What the hell is that? Ugh. Maybe a plane or something. I don't know, it looks like it's going straight down. Let's see. There's some clouds. A couple chemtrails. Or clouds. No, they're clouds. They've been there a while. The baby formula is so sad. I watched a lady in the store fill up her cart. Oh my God. You know, I'm surprised that they didn't tell her that she couldn't do that. Our store is, I would say we have about 10%. Yep. We have about 10%. There was, the most popular is Similac, and there was a certain brand of Similac left, and then some of the others. But if you look at the whole row where the baby formula is, oh, it's pretty empty. There's only, last I checked, there was only 10%. I have no idea what there's now. A friend of mine, she's got a baby, and she wound up not being able to get baby food for her child. I can't remember if it's a boy or girl. Shit, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, I think it's a girl. But she wound up going to, I guess her doctor said, try a Costco brand. So she went to Costco because she was on the Similac that was sold out. And she got Costco, and the baby tried it, and she said the baby was taking it. But I heard, I don't know what state it was, but I heard that there was, let me pull this plug out here. I'm gonna walk you around. Ugh. Ugh. I heard there was a woman whose baby actually passed away because they ran out of baby food. I don't know where that was. I heard it on the news a while ago. So how true, I don't know. I don't know what state. But apparently the baby got very sick because there was it wasn't taking any food or anything. And not every mom can breastfeed, you know. Plus there are moms who, like me, I couldn't, they just wouldn't. You know how they give you a pill and it dries up your milk and stuff like that? Well, if the mother took the pill and it dried up the milk and their babies are months old, by that point it's like, I can't breastfeed my kid. You know, I can't do that now. But yet you have these Congress people out there, I can't remember her name, especially this one. She said, you know, that everybody needs to knock it off and breastfeed their kids, you know. It's like, well, if these parents can't, I mean, if the moms can't, hello. See, I'm like looking in for turtles and fish and whatever else I can find. I think he said there was a turtle over here somewhere. Let's see if there's anything over here. That's pretty. Yeah, this is a cool place. Walk you down here a little. It's just a walk path right up to well, I can't call it an island anymore because it's kind of washed away a little. But they have some poles. I don't know, can't remember. Oh, here's the one over here. Something was in the water right there. As long as it ain't no snake, man. A snake comes out, I'm screaming. This is the area right here where that woman's body was found. I don't know what happened to her. They were saying it was a murder or something, possible murder, but I don't know. I don't know. See, this is the spot I sat in before. And then I moved it down because the sun went behind the mountain. But here's another spot. I was probably better off just staying right here. So this is pretty. Look at that big anaconda. Yeah. Oh, see, like this thing right here? Somebody shoved that down in, and they can stick their fishing pole right in. I recorded my other video. I was over here where these people are over here. So I sat right over there. Oh, this guy's still here? Yeah. And the road is down there. My car's right over there. See, like right where this tree is, I sat right there. Gee, I should bring my weed whacker out here. Oh, there's a lot of little bugs right here. Can you see them? A lot of bugs. But there's people fishing right there. But see, I sat right there and I did my one recording. Got my car right there. And that's where the road is. Ooh, a lot of bugs right here. Holy mackerel, I gotta get out of this spot. But it's nice. And it's just down the road from my house. And it's free. I could not breastfeed my babies either. Nope. I couldn't either. I was like, oh well, it's not going to work. So this view is a lot prettier. I think I'm going to move my stuff down here. I like this spot better. I'm going to park you right here. And I'm going to go get my chair. Be right back. It's getting chilly. Good thing I put my sweater on. There we go. That's a better view. Yeah, that's nice. It is a nice place. Definitely a nice place. At least now I know I'm not going to get like a super spectacular sunset here. I mean, I can. I guess it all depends, you know, on how the day goes. But I was here before. I figure I'd come back and try it again. But see, yesterday I got, I started feeling pain in my stomach. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then, I was like, uh-oh. I got an infection. So I wasn't feeling too good. And then it was just progressing. I like held out for an hour. I'm like, okay. So finally I went to my boss and I said, look, I got a little medical problem here. I got an infection and I'm really not feeling good. Can I leave work early? So he said, yeah. So by that hour last night, everything was closed, you know, and I don't like going to the ER for anything unless I know for sure it's a definite emergency. That wasn't an emergency to me. So my boss looked up urgent care, doctors in. He said, they're all closed. And I said, all right, well, I have off tomorrow, so I'll see what I can do. I said, probably not a lot considering it's Sunday. But he said, well, you know, urgent care and doctors in, they're open. And I said, all right, well, I'll go tomorrow. I'll wake up and, you know, head out. See, it's getting dark. And so I called, what I did was I checked the hours for all the ones, and I was like, you know what, let me try this instead, because I know if I go to urgent care, the doctor's in, I'm going to be spending a couple hours, and I really don't want to do this. So I called my doctor's office, knew they were closed, but I knew they had an after hour, There's the bird. He's coming back to hang out over here. An after hour emergency number. So I got that number, and then I called that, and I told the lady what was up, and she said, well, let me call, or let me try to get Dr. So-and-so on the phone. He's our on-call doc. And I said, okay. So tried that. He didn't answer. She goes, well, I got your number, so I'll have him call you. So he called me back in like 10-15 minutes, and I told him what was up, and he was like, okay. He goes, what's your pharmacy? I told him my pharmacy. He said, I'm going to call in an antibiotic for you. And I'm like, yes. And he's like, can you take this one? And I'm like, Cipro? I'm like, hell yeah. I said, I need something strong for this. I said, it worked really good when I had it years ago. So he called it in, and I waited about a half an hour, and because I wanted to come to the lake, you know, I wanted to get here early and stream and whatnot. So I drove up to the pharmacy, and they said, well, we didn't get a call in or nothing. So I'm like, oh, I was like, what time you close? They're like 2 o'clock. I'm like, oh, okay. So I drove over here, and I was only here on a live stream for I was talking to Michelle, probably about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or something. And all of a sudden the phone rings, and they're like, Tammy, your script's in. I'm like, oh no. I said, okay, I'll be, she's like, but you gotta hurry up, we close in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh man. So yeah, I said goodbye to her, and I closed my live feed, and I flew up there and got my medicine and stopped home real quick, and took a Cipro, 2 a day for 3 days, high dose, and I can already tell it's starting to work. But on it said that I was not allowed to be out in the sunlight. Mind you, the last time I was on Cipro was, I think, 2015. Oh, now somebody else is coming. I think it was around 2015. So, and I didn't remember that. So anyway, it said, do not drive, do not do this, do not be in direct sunlight, or yada yada. And I'm like, oh. So I was like, okay, I can't go back to the lake. So so then I just hung out at the house for a while, seeing how I would react to it, and I was totally fine. And then I said, you know what? I'll wind up coming over here. You're still here? You got your fishing poles out. There you go. They got little things right here to put your poles. You see that? You're not, yeah. Oh, that's what it's for, catfish?
He got everything ready in the car, and he said, I'm going to try a couple bites. I said, are you sure? Because
yeah.
Every time he started, he's not going to stop. Kids in the car.
Ah, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get something.
Yeah, just for fun. Probably we're going to release it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I decided to come back and see if I can get a sunset and just sit and relax. Hopefully you can still hear the birdies. But it's a pretty place. Ugh. Don't need my shades. It's getting cold too. See, it's getting dark now. I can see on my camera it's getting dark. Well, I'm glad you jumped on, Priscilla. It's nice to have someone to chat with. Before I was talking to Michelle, and we were chit-chatting about stuff. And she wanted to know about DD, dumpster diving, and I talked to her about that. I'm like, no, I haven't done that in a couple years. Well, since the last time. That was the end of that store when that closed down, but no. I'm sure there'll be people trying to do that now. That's the way the economy is going. 2 bodies discovered. Oh boy. It's amazing how the camera can pick up a different image than what I'm seeing. It's like lighter here, but looks like the camera is a little darker. And you could tell that water is not moving at all. Alright, just hang out a few more minutes, and then I'm going to end it, go home, have some dinner. Again, I haven't been eating much lately, but worked myself up. Well, I guess the antibiotics maybe give me some appetite now. I cooked myself some steak and peppers before. I bought a red pepper, green pepper, and yellow pepper package. It was like $5 and change. So I was like, and it was already pre-cut in the package, and it was a good amount. And I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna make sausage and peppers with this. I'm gonna fry some up with my steak, the little like cube steaks. Oh, it's so good. You season it just right and you slow fry it. You're lucky. My doctor will not call in any meds until she sees you sometime. It's a couple weeks. That's a problem. That's normally my situation. I cannot get anything called in. And I never have gotten anything called in that I recall up until, I mean, this was actually the first time that I called an aftercare doc. They called me and they sent a script in. I think years ago I may have called the doctor because they personally know me, and they called me back, and then they said, okay, Tam, we'll send whatever it was over to the pharmacy. Now, they've done that before because they see me, or they have already saw me, and maybe a test result came back or something like that. But nowadays, especially because of what's been going on since 2020, you can actually Google, like I typed in urgent care, and it's funny because I didn't see it yesterday. Last night when I got home and was looking up the urgent care because I was trying to find the closest one. I'm not up for traveling a half an hour to an urgent care. I want to find the closest one to my house to save on gas. And when I Googled it and typed in urgent care, there are actually a whole bunch of telehealth you can do now. You can actually contact them, start a chat. However, you can put your information in over your phone, okay? And then, like your insurance information, whatever else they ask for. And then you can Zoom call even with a doctor. So you could talk to them right over your phone. They can look at you or whatever. I guess they'll bill your insurance for that call, whatever. But you don't even have to leave your house. So those options are available. Like, I've never seen this stuff prior to 2020, okay? But now, like, you can seriously, you don't even have to leave your house to go to the doctors. Like, you can just Zoom call a doctor. Obviously, if you broke a bone, you're going to have to, go to the doctors or something. But, yeah, for other things, you can actually do that. It was really nice talking to you. I had a yard sale this weekend with all my dumpster find and made it. Oh, my God, Priscilla. That is amazing. Wow. That is amazing. Unbelievable. Good job. Good job. I've never in my life made that. That is awesome. Can you believe Next week will be 3 years since that girl robbed me. I had that yard sale. And I put all my stuff out. I had everything taken off the eBay. I brought everything outside. All that stuff that I had. And recorded it. This was the same weekend the balloon landed in my driveway. 3 years. And the court case has not been closed. Yep. Yep. They kept letting her get away. She didn't show up 10 times in a row. Then finally showed up one time. She lost her public defender. They allowed her another court date. They would not issue a bench warrant for her. They said they didn't want to throw her in jail because of you know what. I'm like, give me a break. Meanwhile, 3 years, I still haven't resolved my case. They still have all my evidence. I paid for all the photos. I gave them my medical records and everything because the week prior, I had the left side of my lumbar burned in a procedure. All the nerves burned. And then had the yard sale on Saturday and Sunday. Monday morning, I went back to the hospital and had the right side of my lumbar, all the nerves burned. And then she robbed me Tuesday. Well, she robbed me during the night, Monday night into Tuesday morning, 4:30 in the morning. Tuesday morning, get up at 9 and saw that everything was robbed off of my yard. So, that case is still going on. It's not been closed. She just wound up having more rights than me. But anyway, it was great talking to you, Priscilla. Thanks for coming on, and anyone else watching. I'm going to end this feed because it is getting dark. And I'm going to pack up my stuff and go home and get something to eat. And no, I'm not turning the heat on. It is a little chilly. Like, I have the heating pad. I'm a little chilly being out here by the water, but that's okay. But good job again, Priscilla. Proud of you. Keep it up. And we'll talk to you on Facebook. All right? I'm waiting for you to say goodbye because I don't know if you left the room or not. But as soon as I see goodbye, or if you don't respond in like a minute, then I'm just going to end the live stream until next time. I'll try to get back on again because I want to actually do a Q&A for the People's Convoy, American Freedom Convoy, and 1776 Restoration Movement. Because I'm a supporter and I've been around a lot of these people and see things, know things, whatever. I figured if people are interested in a Q&A to learn about it, want information, I'm going to do a separate live stream and answer people's questions that they may have for somebody who was a spectator, who visited, who got to see what was going on. So I'll do that separately. Because I know I got a lot of extra subscribers who are all part of the whole Freedom Convoy from around the world, actually. Because it's not just the United States. It's Canada and all over. This is Bird. Hi, Birdie. Ooh, it's getting cold out here. Okay, I'll show you these guys real quick. Yep, don't look like you're going to get any more color there. All Alright guys, I'm going to end this. Oh, there we go. Priscilla, I always take half the money from the yard sale and buy food and donate it to the church pantry. Wow, 3 years and she got nothing for stealing from you. Not right. Nope, can you believe it? 3 years. On the 25th, June 25th will be 3 years to date that she did what she did. She got arrested that night. But, you know, like I said, she's been getting away with it the whole time. I just want some retribution for that. Because it was over $3,000 worth of merchandise. I got a full carloads back, but $1,000 went missing. Because I did an inventory prior, and I had all the footage and a lot of pictures and stuff. And then I had all the stuff that was already priced on eBay, and I pretty much had a good inventory list. And then a lot of the stuff that I got back, me and the police, you know, it was all brand new. Mostly everything. I would say 95% of everything I had out there was all brand new. It had price tags on it. There's bullfrogs. Oh, shoot. I don't know if you heard the bullfrogs in the background. But, yeah, so anyway, it was a 4th-degree felony charge, and they reduced it to a 3rd-degree felony charge just so we didn't have to go into the bigger courthouse, that we could have gone to the smaller courthouse. But, yep, that's that. So, it was nice talking to you too, Priscilla. You have a good night. Anyone else, I will live stream another time. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day too. Take care, guys. Bye.